President Trump made a promise that he wouldn't touch Social Security, but he never promised that he would not break it. The agency has been plunged into chaos after DOJ officials cut thousands of staffers with years of expertise, reassigned others, and announced requirements for in-person identity checks for millions of new and existing recipients while simultaneously closing government offices. Just this morning, Axios reported that the Social Security Administration is rushing to cut phone services at the White House's request. Today, Frank Bisignano, the man who has been selected to oversee Social Security and a self-professed DOJ person, was on Capitol Hill for his confirmation hearing.
If you are confirmed in this job, will you commit to reversing these cuts so that seniors get the money that the law says they are entitled to?
What I will commit to is that I will run the agency and I will be in charge of the agency, and I will look at every item you want me to look at.
Joining me now is Senator Tina Smith of Minnesota. She is a member of the Finance Committee, which questioned Bisignano today. Senator, just today, we have a headline from the Washington Post that says the Social Security Administration is breaking down. They write the Social Security Administration website crashed 4 times in 10 days this month, blocking millions of retirees and disabled Americans from logging into their online accounts because servers were overloaded. I just read to you in the open that Axios reporting. Did you hear anything today that would lead you to believe that the nominee that the Trump administration has put forth to run Social Security is going to fix it?
Absolutely not. I mean, Mr. Bisignano said, I am a DOJ guy. And I take him at his word. I think that he is. I mean, what we have here is the move fast and break things mentality of Elon Musk and these tech billionaires is literally breaking Social Security. And here they are, like, firing people, closing offices at the same time that they're telling Americans that in order to do any work with the Social Security, you've got to go to an office. So I mean, you could say that this is just rank incompetence, but a lot of us are looking at this and saying it looks a lot more like sabotage.
Speaking of that sabotage, I mean, there are headlines about the concerns of what is happening at the Social Security Administration and what it means for rural communities. We just talked about some of those office closings. There are about 47 field offices where enrollees could go and do this in-person verification, if you will, and that are listed for closure. 26 of those are expected to shutter this year. Are you concerned that not just folks in Minnesota, but people all across the country may be in danger of missing their payments this month?
I'm very worried about this. It seems to me that these folks are hell-bent on taking away the structure that allows people to get their retirement benefits. And, you know, when we heard the Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, said, oh, you know, if my mother-in-law, who's 94, misses a paycheck, it's fine. She'll know that it's going to come the next month. Well, I mean, I've got news for Mr. Lutnick, who seems to be pretty out of touch with the life of a lot of elders in this country, which is that if they miss a Social Security check, they're missing a meal. They don't have millions of dollars sitting in their banking account to help them weather that missed payment. So, I mean, the out of touchness of these folks and the arrogance of these people is, I think, so stunning to people around the country who revere Social Security as one of the greatest social insurance work that we do in this country for everybody. And yet here they are taking it apart.
You know, there are folks that believe that the end goal here for the Trump administration is actually to privatize Social Security. It's something that Republicans have talked about for a very long time. Can you just explain to folks why privatizing the Social Security Administration would not be good for Americans across the country?
Well, so 2 things. First of all, I'm so glad you raised this because Elon Musk specifically has talked about the values of privatizing Social Security. This is an old idea that's been around for a long time, and it's bad for Americans and would be bad for Social Security for 2 reasons. Privatizing Social Security often means that the money that Americans pay in, it's our money, would be put at risk by private investors, which means that it might not be there when you need it. But the second thing, and I think maybe even more important, is that privatizing Social Security means that instead of running Social Security for the good of the whole, for the public benefit, you are running it for the benefit of big rich shareholders. And that is not what we need any more of in this country when we see massive concentrations of wealth and power taking over so much of our government under Donald Trump. I don't want them to take over Social Security as well.